Hi everyone, it's Zoe from the Scratch team, also known as Zinnia. Today I wanted to show you how to make an About Me project in Scratch. You might have seen these kinds of projects before, where people will make a project about themselves. Random facts, things they like, favorite foods, hobbies, interests. And yeah, by the end of this video, I will show you how to make your own project like this. That's all about you, and you can design it to be whatever you want. Yeah, let's get started. So first, let's add one item to your game that describes something about you. So you can just click on this button that says choose a sprite and click choose. And you can pick absolutely any object or person that you want. You could add a type of animal you like, or a type of food that you like, or you could add a sprite that just connects to something about you. So if you like making people happy, you could add a rainbow or a heart. Or if you like writing, you could add a pencil, or really just anything you want. One thing I really like is art, so I think I will add an easel to my About Me project. It's a little big, so I will decrease the size of the sprite by clicking here and typing in a new size. And what we'll do is we'll make it so that in this project, when you click on an item, it will say some fact about you. So I want to make it so that when I click on this easel, it says, I like art. And a way you can do that is if you click on the looks category, you can drag out this block that says say hello for 2 seconds. And here you can type in the fact that you want the object to say. So I will type in, I like art. And to test it out, you can click on this block. There you go, the item says that thing. Now, how can we make it so that the easel says this every time the player clicks on it? You can go to the events category and drag out a when this sprite clicked block and put it on top. And now, whenever you click on the sprite, it does this code that's here. It says, I like art. So there we go. We have one interactive item in our About Me project. To add to our project, first, let's add a backdrop. You can just hover over choose a backdrop and click choose and pick any backdrop that you'd like for your About Me project. In the patterns category, I like the heart backdrop, so I think I'll use that one. You can also add a title to your project that says like About Me. So to do that, I will draw a title sprite by hovering over choose a sprite and clicking paint. And then I can click on the text tool to type text. And I will type in about Zinnia. It's important to type your username here and not your actual name in real life. And if you want to, you can click here to change the color of the text. I'll make mine a dark purple. And if you want your text to stand out more against the backdrop, you can draw a rectangle behind it. So since my text is dark, I'll draw a light white rectangle. And the way to do that is you can click on the rectangle tool and set the color by clicking here. I'll drag the sliders to make it white. And then you can drag a rectangle out and it shows up in front of your text when you first draw it. So you can click the back button to send it back a layer, and now the rectangle is behind the text. One thing that's important is if your text is dark, you always want the rectangle behind it to be really light, or you can have it be the opposite way. If your text is really light, then you want the rectangle to be really dark. You don't want something like this where one color is not that much lighter than the other, because for people with visual disabilities, it can be really hard to read. So a way to make your project really easy for people to use is to have either really light text on a dark background or really dark text on a light background. And this is actually a really great thing to do any place that you have text in a Scratch project. Now, let's add another sprite to your project, but with this sprite, let me show you how to do an animation. So I'll hover over choose a sprite and click choose, and you can pick some other sprite that connects to something about you. So I like hedgehogs, so I will pick the hedgehog sprite. And just like with the easel, I'm going to make it say something. I'll make it say, I want a pet hedgehog, which I do. And I will make it do that when the sprite is clicked. One thing is, when you're writing these random facts about yourself, make sure not to include any personal information like about where you live or your name, but it's totally okay to have your hobbies and likes and dislikes and favorite food and stuff like that. Now let's make it do an animation. So in the looks category, there's this block, next costume, and if you click on it, it will make a sprite change its pose to the next pose it has. Most sprites in Scratch come with multiple poses that are called costumes. So the next costume block will make it animate. And if we put a when this sprite clicked block on top, now when it's clicked, it will do both of these things. It will say, I want a pet hedgehog, and it will also go to the next costume, and so you can see all of its cute poses. That's one nice thing about Scratch. If you have one when this sprite clicked block, the sprite will do that thing when it's clicked. And if you have two separate when this sprite clicked blocks, the sprite will do both of the things when it's clicked. And the same goes for any of the other blocks in the events category, like it would work if you had multiple when green flag clicked blocks. Now, here's what you could do if you want to add something that we don't have a sprite for. Mangoes are one of my favorite foods, and let's say I wanted to add a mango sprite. We don't actually have one in Scratch, so you can hover over the Choose a Sprite button and click Upload, and then if you have a picture of that thing on your computer, then you can upload it. So I could click Upload, and I could upload this picture of mangoes, and I will make this sprite also say something when I click on it. Now, let's say you want to have a sprite that plays a sound when you click on it. Let me show you how to do that. So I'll hover over Choose a Sprite and pick another sprite. Another thing I really like is playing soccer. I grew up calling it soccer, but I know most people call it football. So anyway, I will add the soccer ball, and I'll make it say, I like playing soccer when it's clicked. And here's how you can make it play a sound. In the sound category, you can drag out this block, Start Sound, and let's put a when this sprite clicked block on top of that. So now when I click on the sprite, it plays the sound that it comes with, which is a basketball bounce sound. It's close enough, I guess. Yeah, most of the sprites in Scratch come with a sound attached, but if you wanted to pick your own sound, you could always go to the Sounds tab and click here to choose a sound, and you can pick whatever you want. So if you wanted to add the Collect sound, you could pick it and then click back on the Code tab and just choose it in the menu here. And you know what? I will also make the sprite turn when I click it. So I'll go to the motion category and drag out a turn 15 degrees block, and I'll attach it with this block here. And yeah, with this, you can pretty much make whatever kind of About Me project you want to make with whatever random facts about you. And the starter code that I made in this project will be in the description below, so you can always open up that project and remix it. And yeah, I can't wait to see your About Me projects. I'll see you next time. And scratch on!